for someone that's gonna hold a king down. I've been looking for someone that's gonna hold a king crown. I've been looking for somebody that would make me feel complete. I've been looking all my life, I wonder where could she be. I've been looking for someone that's gonna hold a king down. I've been looking for someone that's gonna hold a king crown. I've been looking for somebody that would make me feel complete. I've been looking all my life, I wonder where could she be. It's alright, baby, it's okay. I'm gonna love you anyway. When the sun turns blue, when the sky turns gray, my love is gonna be here.
Welcome to the kingdom. This is King to Queen Talk, where we provide the black, grown, and unfiltered perspective on life, love, and everything in between. I'm Tony G.
Lucy Leftfoot.
Korinne, how you doing? How you doing over there?
My babe just came back from out of town. So I'm waiting to see my baby. I love you. I can't wait till you get here.
And as you guys can see, we have two special guest hosts with us. One you may remember from an episode or two back. How you feeling, Jazz?
I'm doing good. Hey, everybody.
Which part of the house are you decorating right now?
Right now, it's the dining room. I got it real plushed out.
Okay. We might have to film an episode over there once we get out of this quarantine.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really dope. So we might have to. It's real farm-ish. It looks like a magazine over there.
I just want y'all to know that Jazz decided to give her input about my feng shui over here, and she said that every bachelor has a color scheme of red and black, so ain't nothing special over here at my house. And she said, don't nobody want to film at my house. She said, bring everybody over to her house, because don't nobody want to film with red and black. That's what she told me. I just think I tell y'all.
I didn't say that part. I just said that the red and black a little played out, and maybe you could go with some gray and some blue.
All right. And as you guys can see, we have another guest host, someone who has been my traveling partner, I would say for the last, almost 10 years.
And not
we've
counting.
been to Jamaica quite a few times. He put me on to a few, what are they, what kind of dance hall parties? You know,
Were you trying to say dirty wine?
Yeah.
You started all wrong with the dirty.
Right.
Dirty wine, yeah.
But hey, we explored Jamaica many times together. We definitely had some good times in Jamaica. So shout out to Chad. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling all right, man. Just returning back to work, trying to stay Rona free and quarantine clean.
Hey.
But it feels good. I have to come on the podcast and do you a favor.
Well, we appreciate you, brother.
I'm gonna say why I'm doing you a favor, but
right. I'm just saying. I got a call at 2:00 in the morning.
All right.
I got that call at 2:00 in the morning. I had to leave the house. Man.
You gotta throw that cape on. There you go.
Either way, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Without any further ado, we're going to jump into this thing with the question of the day. Though Mr. Chad is new to the building, he said, hey, I ain't never scared. He said he's going to read the question of the days for us. So he's going to get into one of those question of the days. Without any further ado, let us hear it, Chad.
All right, so first question of the day, we have, as a single person, what would you say is the number one thing that you dislike about today's dating scene? And we'll take some of our responses from our listeners. Miss DD _9. Her response is, well, I'm the wrong one to ask about this. I'm single, but I'm not. All right.
Sounds entangled to me.
Yeah, sound a little shaky. I'm poly, so, and I'm going to guess poly don't mean Polynesian. But she's what, polyandry? I'm poly, so I'll give you an answer from my standpoint. People want to jump into things too fast. Nobody takes the time to get to know people. It's always, this is my name, and next, let's have sex. There really is no quote-unquote dating scene anymore.
Well,
And
with
that's
the
from
Rona,
Miss Didi _9.
That's an interesting perspective coming from someone who is in the poly lifestyle. But give us one more.
Expectation! Exclamation point. This is from Reality Music Co. The only expectation of dating is getting to one another, getting to know one another, maybe. That's what they meant. In my perspective, this is where you put your cards on the table before even qualifying for a friendship. It's about fitting lives into basically caring first for me. Thanks for posting this.
That's what's up.
And we get one more. Miss Akuo. The difficult part about dating is the getting to know you stage. Let's face it, half the time we're meeting a quote unquote representative, it takes some time to see people for who they really are. And at the same time, it's a necessary evil.
Interesting. So what do y'all think about that?
I agree with the last person. Getting to know someone in the beginning and meeting their representative, you can easily, if you're not uh like just mature enough or just ready to get back in the dating scene, fall into the representative or fall for the representative rather. So you have to be very careful, and even if they are trying to move fast, still keep it slow, keep it steady to really get to know that person and take the time, because a lot of people, especially when they fall for the representative every time. So you just have to wait to see who you're dealing with. It takes some time. There's a moment where you like, there you go. There you go. I was waiting for you. And then you have to like gather up, okay, is this somebody I can deal with or not?
I agree with her. I'm gonna piggyback off what she said, especially with that last comment about dealing with the quote unquote representative. Because when you first get to meet somebody, like the person said, you're gonna put your best cards on the table. So you're always gonna get that best representative for the first. For me, I wouldn't put a time limit on it. Some people they can't they can't hide their crazy for too long. So sometimes that crazy comes out within the first day on the first date. At the first time y'all butt heads, you might see it. Sometimes
Right.
people can hide it for a long time, a year or two, or until you put the ring on it. You never know. But one thing I would say that we got to keep in mind is that when it comes to this dating world, we're dealing with resumes. We're not dealing with a whole biopic, right? So we're not dealing with a person from the day they were born to the day that we met them. We're dealing with a resume, so they're gonna put the best things out there. Just like how on your resume they say, "Oh, put your last 3 jobs." Your last 3 jobs is actually gonna be your best 3 jobs up there. You're not gonna detail everything. You're just gonna detail what you want your quote unquote employer to know about you, and it's up to you to kind of peel behind those layers and get to know like the person that you're really dealing with.
I think the worst part is coming up with questions to ask. I don't think we, from the beginning, we don't always ask the questions that we need. So we get into a situation where we're dating for months, and we haven't gotten the questions answered that we need to know. So for me, I would say that's probably that, even though I don't have that problem. Um, and also just guys knowing how to court a woman. Taking a woman to the movies is not a date. What you do
What?
in high
That's
school.
my go-to.
When you're at the movies, you cannot talk to a person. You cannot ask them the questions that you want to know. I think the movies is more of a date that you go on when you already know that person, when you already have those questions answered. But
You mind if I
I don't know.
interject?
Go ahead,
In
child.
regards to what you just said, right? I think on the flip side, this is not from me personally, but this is what I've heard, right? They like to do the movies, they like to do the movies as a first date because it's like an icebreaker. It's not too much on them where it's like I'm in your face and we have to talk too much because that could be a lot, that could be very nerve wracking for people just to kind of get the feel for the person before you taking them to restaurants where you're spending $200 on a bill,
But you
or
know
you
what?
taking them out friends
When
or
you're
clubs or anything like that.
when you're
All
an
I'm gonna
adult,
say, both girls are shaking their heads like,
let me
no,
tell you
no,
something.
no.
I'm just for me. It's not just for me. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just playing what I've heard on the other side.
Going to the movies to me is what you do when you're in elementary, middle school with your friends. Um, you know what I mean? Not only is that a cheap date, it's not thought out. And number two, like I need to get to the nitty gritty. First date, I'm asking all the questions I want to know, so then I
Oh
can
no.
decide if I want to go on date number two because I don't have time to waste. So I'm not gonna sit here and play these games with you. I gotta ask my 21 questions. Depending on what your answer is either I'm gonna get up off of that table and drive myself home, or call me a lift, and that's it. Block your number, and we've moved on. I'm not sitting here wasting my time watching a movie with you. Mm-mm.
Hell no. Agreed. The gag is there is no conversation at the movies. Nobody talks at the movies. It is extremely rude. And you walking me to my car afterwards ain't enough conversation for me. First of all, I'm just sitting with a stranger like this. No.
Well, you got to keep things into perspective. Hopefully, if you're going out on a date, you've had enough conversations with this person to feel comfortable going on a date with them. It's not like it's a complete stranger to you.
That's true, but if this is our first day, our first time actually interacting with one another, we need to be having more communication than just us looking at a screen. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money, take me to Starbucks. Let's have, a little smoothie or whatever, sit down and have a nice conversation. And that'll only cost you $3 out your pocket. Because, I'm only going to want a little banana and strawberry smoothie.
Or
We can
you can take them to Applebee's for 2 for 20, sis. Because that's what AG
do that.
like.
You
2 for 20. Let's split the appetizer.
With the appetizer.
You gotta split the appetizer and the dessert.
All right,
Yeah.
Chad, give us the second question of the day, sir.
All right, second question of the day. As someone who is currently in the dating scene, how would you prefer a person to approach you if they are interested in you? And tapping into the kingdom, we have Omega Black 19 says, just throw that ass in a circle and I'll figure out the rest.
Omega definitely is very vocal. He's been on our lives for the past week or so. And yeah, I can definitely see him saying that. And that is hilarious, actually. That's funny.
That's an interesting perspective on it.
Right.
I don't know how it bodes well for him, Just trying to hit him in.
Right.
We also have complete underscore vision. Well, dot, 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 dot. I prefer the direct approach. Just DM me, call me, text me, even though it's 2020, email me, whatever. Just say, hey, I'm interested in you and I want to get to know you. Then we'll get another one. This is Purple Princess 214. Approach me respectfully and don't be weird. Definitely don't mind if a guy tries to shoot a shot with me. If I'm not interested, then I'll say that. And ladies, we don't always have to be rude to tell someone you aren't interested. I'm just saying, as a gentleman, and gentlemen, you don't have to get disrespectful if a lady isn't interested in you. Don't take it personally. You don't know what kind of day she's had.
Okay. Respect, number one. Number one.
Respect and be direct. That's how to sum it up.
That I was just about to say the same thing. I appreciate a woman who is direct, who knows what she wants. It's very rare that I'm not going to say very rare. That's not fair. A lot of women that I know are very timid when it comes to shooting their shot because a lot are scared of rejection, as a lot of men are, but because we are naturally hunters and that's how a lot of women perceive us, we're expected to initiate the conversation, which is fine. But I'm saying for me, I appreciate a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to go and get it. And a lot of times women have this thing where they feel like if they just give you the eye from across the room,
The
that's
nonverbal
their,
cues.
yeah, it's like that's their shot. They just shot their shot, and it's like, no, you didn't. I don't know what that means. Like,
Yeah, you could have something in your eye. That's why you was
you could have
blinking.
had
I
something
know
in
you
your
was
eye. You
winking
could
at
have been
me.
looking at the person behind me.
I don't know. I don't feel like I have a lot of experiences nowadays with men approaching me. Like all
Really?
the experiences I have are online where I've been on Tinder or Bumble or something, and then they're more bold, like, "Wow, you are gorgeous. I would love to get to know you." But I don't encounter dudes just walking up to me talking like that.
Like that takes less bravery. If I just gotta swipe left or send
Right.
you a message indirectly, um, I don't see that as a bold move.
No, I mean,
I,
I think it's just like Twitter fingers. I think it's
Yeah.
just easier for some people to communicate that way because if you reject me, I don't have to really feel it.
Yeah.
You know
All
what I'm
no,
saying?
my
you can feel rejection. Once they say no, you're gonna feel it. I just think it's easier. It's an easier approach because the same message that I send you, I could literally copy and paste and send to 10 other girls I'm trying to slide in their DM.
Yeah,
And I just wait for the right response.
but if they say no, it's a different feeling if someone says no and you never seen them face to face than if they were to say no in your face. To me, in my opinion, it would feel different.
But I mean, I haven't had anybody respectfully approach me like, "Hey, how you doing? I think you're very pretty. Can I get to know you?" Where? Those things just don't happen. I don't. I mean, not to me. I'm not getting approached.
That's
So
interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting.
You gotta show
I
a
don't
little more skin when you go out. That's what it is.
know if maybe it's me, but I'm not getting approached out here in the streets. But on Tinder, or Bumble, for the 6 weeks I'm on there, I'm getting hella love, but not in person.
Well, I'm in a situation, and
An entanglement.
mine is amazing. So, and I will say, the first time I ever met him, he didn't play no games. He was like, "What's up?" I was like, "Mm-mm." And we've been friends ever since. So I don't really have that problem. I really don't have those problems because I don't go to certain places. And I think it depends on where you're going, how you're dressing. Are you going to JR Crickets? You're going to get a JR Cricket nigga. You know what I mean? If you
What's wrong with JR Crickets? Boy, you are bougie.
Yeah, you can't hate on the wings and fries.
Boy,
But I mean,
lemon pepper.
no. Listen, let me finish. Okay? There's nothing wrong with going to JR Crickets, but my man's not gonna be at JR Crickets approaching me like, "What's up? You want some chicken wings?" Because I'm not eating that. You know what I'm saying? You want this $5 margarita? He's
He
not
want that
gonna do that.
escargot.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what he want.
My man gonna send bottles. You hear me? He gonna send bottles. He gonna send lobster. We're not doing that.
Hey, you can send bottles at JR Crickets too. They got plenty bottled water.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And
And
$1
chicken and
pitchers.
Corona.
But
But
you know what I'm saying? And so I do think it depends
I
on where you're going and what type of person that you're interested in.
Either way, those were the question of the days. Once again, make sure y'all comment on our question of the days. We may just end up reading some of your responses. We want to make sure we shout out all the people that comment on our page. Of course, we have 30 comments on quite a few of our question of the day, so we can't read everybody. But the more interesting the comment, the more we just got to put it out there. So be sure to comment on us. Let us know what you think of our question of the days. So now we want to hop into the conversation. As you can see, we're talking about dating. Now we want to talk about the rules for dating. When it comes to the actual approach, y'all said what you want to see. Jazz says she hasn't been approached. If a man was to approach you, Jazz, how would you want him to approach you? What could he say that would spark your interest?
Okay, so I did recently get approached, but it was like innocent. It was like in a way where I actually ended up near him at a get together, and then we started vibing, and then he was like, yo, I'm really feeling you, like you seem cool, like is there a chance that I could take you out sometime? So I might like somebody to come and maybe ease their way into, you know, getting to know me, like just at least sparking up some type of conversation.
So it has to just naturally happen. Is that what
It
you're
doesn't,
saying?
but that's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
So really what you're saying is you don't want him to be direct because a
No, be
person.
direct, but not overly aggressive.
Right.
So that
Okay.
you've been around a beautiful woman before. I know how to handle myself. I know how to act.
I think that, as long as I think you should be respectful, come direct. Excuse me, you know what I mean? Use your proper words. Don't be disrespectful. Don't grab me. Hey, shout it, come in. None of that. Don't do any of that. I hate that. Don't what's up, good. Don't do that either. I feel like just be respectful. Be respectful. Excuse me, miss. You know what I mean? Let's start a conversation. Let me even say if I like you, because I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not even gonna like you. But if I do, you know what I mean? Just be respectful. That's always the correct way. Respectful, not too aggressive, but just a little bit aggressive. Have a little hood in it.
Women want us men, they want us to be saved, a thug, be a baller, but still be humble.
Humble, right.
have a great job, but still be home every night. It's like there's a lot of stipulations that
You
women
better cover the whole spectrum, the whole entire spectrum.
Right.
Not right. If you making that money, stay out there.
Now let me ask this, ladies. Would you approach a guy if you're interested?
Nah, bruh.
We having that.
Wow. Why?
For
Let
me,
me,
dog.
let me tell you something. If I saw quarantine babe now that we're grown, I'm hollering. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real aggressive. I'm like, what's up? You come home with me that night. You feel me? I'm taking him. That's it. I'm taking him. It's I'm not even, you know what I mean? I'm just, hey, come on, let's go. That's it.
So Jazz, tell me why you would not approach a guy if you're really interested.
Oh, first of all, I'm super shy. Like
Okay.
super shy. Like up until maybe high school, I walked around with my head down. And so I joke around a lot and I can, eat my way. But when it comes to like me liking or crushing on somebody, it can get really awkward, like snorting awkward, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're one of those.
Until you find that he starts snoring back.
I don't know. I'm just super shy. It's not that I'm like, no, he need to come to me. It's more just my personality. Like, I've never had enough balls to do something like that.
All right. So now that the shot has been shot, right? After the guy gets the number, after you exchange numbers, let's say you exchange numbers. This question is for you, Chad. How long should it be before you reach out to her, or should she reach out to you?
For me, I don't think there's any standard like, oh, it's 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, the same day. I think you just take it as you go. I mean, for the most part, nobody wants somebody that's gonna be like super duper clingy off jump. So you want to air it out a little bit and just kind of wait for the response. The easiest thing to do is give them your number. You have their number. So somebody's going to initiate conversation. Usually the guy will initiate conversation. Me personally, I'm a talker. I only text out of convenience. So if I'm trying to get to know somebody, I'm going to use that opportunity to actually call them and get to know them because you can cover a lot more ground in a phone conversation than you can do in text. However, you have a lot of people that may be shy. that don't want you to call them. You know, they'll rather text so they can get that minute or two to formulate their response and then hit
Right.
you back. Um, Also, somebody that's on the phone 24/7, it could show that you're lazy or you don't have a life. So some people kind of disguise themselves by being quote unquote fake busy by texting every now and then. You got
That's
some
a
people
real
that,
thing. Fake busy
yeah,
is a real thing. Like people
yeah, that is
really do
definitely,
that. Yeah.
yeah. You have some people that'll look at a message and leave them on red just to text them 2 or 3 or 4 hours later, just to make it seem like they're doing something. But
Right.
I feel
That's
like
true.
as a guy, we should always be the initiator. Like you said, we're the hunters. So if you get, a woman's number, whether it be a text or a call or like the lady saying text, email them, slide in DMs, whatever form of communication, make that first step. And then for me, what I personally do is I just kind of look for somebody to match my energy. So
I I get you.
yeah,
So, Jazz, would you prefer a phone call or a text?
A phone call.
You prefer a
Uh,
phone call.
Initially, a text would be okay. Like if you text like, "Hey, this is my number. It was great meeting you tonight," or whatever. Like, cool. But then you can follow it up with a phone call for sure. I want to talk on the phone.
And
I
so
need communication.
so how long can the wait be before you get that text and before you get that phone call?
1 to 2 days at max.
For the first text
Right.
or the phone. Okay.
If you ask for my number and you take 4 or 5 days to contact me, you're not serious. I'm not with you, and you're blocked. That's it for me. Because I feel like grown people, when you want something, you're gonna go and get that. You're not gonna wait. If you're serious, you're gonna take the situation serious. You're gonna,
Right.
If I give you my number right now, you get in the car. Hey, this is my number. Save it. Maybe the next morning. Hey, I'll call you sometime tomorrow. But if you take 4 or 5 days and you call me, I'm not answering because you operate to me like a child, and I already got one of them, and so I'm not doing that.
So Korinne, are you wanting a text or a phone call?
You better call me because we grown. You know what I'm saying? Call me.
I'm along the lines of Jazz where a text would probably be the initial point of contact. I thought about you. Let me just reach out. Depending on how your response is, then that's how I'm going to follow up, with that phone call.
So you saying you text immediately once you get the number, you just
No,
diving in.
I think it would depend. Like, for instance, if I get the number first, right? I get the number, I'm not going to say automatically. A lot of times, I may just text to say, hey, I got you locked in, right? Lock my number in. That's a way to get my number
I
locked in.
noticed you noticing me, so I want to put you on notice that I noticed you too.
Right.
That type of thing.
That's essentially what that little text is. Then when you respond back, then I can follow up with a phone call that day or the next day. That's just my thought process of it. How long do you communicate or converse via text message or phone call before you go on the first date?
I fuck with people who don't play no games. Okay. I've met a guy. Most of the time, if I meet somebody, they say, "Hey, I'm gonna call you tomorrow." They're gonna tell me when they're calling, and they may call, and we're talking. They're like, "Hey, you want to go to lunch? If you're not busy later on today or tomorrow, I'm not waiting 2 to 3 weeks for you to take me out on a date. I'm not doing that. Once again, we're adults. Adults operate like adults. If we were in high school or elementary, okay, let's wait 2 3 weeks because I got basketball practice, I got homework, But when you're an adult, if you're serious, get that. Come on, let's go. Stop playing with me.
Okay.
Stop playing.
Okay. So, Jazz, you're nodding your head in agreement, but
Totally.
but watch this. How do actual dates work in a pandemic?
Well, I'm about that life. but I'm okay if the other person isn't. And
Somebody said it was
I mean,
recovering from something, right?
my antibodies is
I said somebody said it was recovering from something, right?
yeah. I got the antibodies, so I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you can be in these streets.
If I'm with somebody who's not comfortable, like I've been on a few dates during the coronavirus. I met this one dude. He wanted to meet me at Target. I said, I love Target.
I mean, what did
For a
y'all
date?
do?
We
What
Went to
y'all
went
the
to
do?
Starbucks. They
the
went to the
Starbucks,
Starbucks and Target.
Oh, the
and we walked.
Starbucks.
Yeah, and we walked around and like literally went shopping together. And I was talking to him. He was cool. He was
That's
just
a little
he was
personal for the first date. I
yeah
don't
he
need you
was
to know
doing
my diet and everything, how I eat, how I shop.
yeah.
Like, it's a bit too much for the first date.
He said, "I don't need you to know my diet."
It was weird when he approached me about it, but I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do, and I'm bored. I've been in this house. Yeah, let's go. I'll go to Target. I'll meet you at Target.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting because the dude that texts you, let me take you out to the movies and dinner, you dead in him. But the dude that's like, yo, let me take you to the Starbucks and Target, you gonna
I
get up on
wouldn't
your
dead
feet, put your best on.
I wouldn't dead you, but I would probably suggest we do something earlier in the day where we have more conversation.
And for Korinne, you gotta be on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even give it
Yeah,
a
you
chance to
gotta take
breathe.
her to the moon. We've already
Yeah,
clarified that on
yeah. Tomorrow.
past episodes.
Tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Get your bags packed.
yeah. If you ain't taking her to the moon and circling Jupiter, you already lost out. So
You ain't doing
it's
too much.
okay.
Right. For me, it's case by case. I would say, like you said, we all grown and we doing our thing. With me being grown, that means I have a 9 to 5. That means I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm building my own business as well. And I'm a father. So if I meet you on a weekend, I might get your number. But more than likely during the week, I'm not gonna have time to meet up with you. Because like I said, I gotta work. Fridays I gotta pick up my son. The little time that I have away from my job, I'm building myself and I'm building my own enterprise. So going on a date or a first date might not be top priority to me. The weekends when you can lay your head down, you can go out and relax and entertain that. That's when I'll probably hit you up and make those advancements as far as going on a date. And during the week, that kind of gives you time to get to know the person, see where they're coming from, feel them out and see if that date is even worth it. So I feel like as a guy, we have a little bit more to take into account when it comes on to initiating that first date than a woman that's just like, all right, well, as long as my creep radar ain't going off and I feel comfortable stepping out with this guy, whether it be daytime or nighttime, we should be good.
So Korinne, do's and don'ts of a date. What are your do's and don'ts? Give me 2 do's. Give me 2 don'ts.
I'm driving myself. I don't. I'm not getting in your car. Another don't is I'm definitely not going to Applebee's or Red Lobster. Don't try me. Not doing that. We're not doing that. Be respectful and don't come to the date with fucking shoes that got a crease in them. Cause I'm gonna. That's it. That's it for me. If you got on and if you got on fucking black Air Force Ones, 9 times out of 10, you crazy. I'm not doing that.
That's a part of the
And
crazy starter kit.
yeah,
Black Air Force One.
it's over. That's
That's
it.
funny.
So dress properly. Dress
Mhm.
properly, guys. Groom yourself. Smell good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Have a nice haircut. Have on a nice outfit. Don't come looking like you just got off the school bus.
Do come on time. That's good. If
I've already
I'm
failed, but
Right. I'm out. I'm late.
that is a
if
struggle. Time is a struggle. But continue. Go ahead.
communicate that you're running late, do
Okay.
communicate.
I'm a communicator.
If
That
I
doesn't make it any
met
better, but all right, I feel you.
if I met you online, do look like your pictures, please. Do teeth. Okay. I'm having some flashbacks here. Yeah, have some teeth.
Yes. No, don't have any side teeth missing, guys.
Don't be rude to the servers or any
Anybody
customer
dealing with
service.
food. Yeah, that's true.
And
I like that.
don't be disrespectful to anyone.
Do leave your attitude at the door. Please do. When we step out, I don't want to deal with any attitudes. I'm trying to have a good time, especially if I'm trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know me. Put on your best. Your Sunday's best, Monday's best, Tuesday's best. Just wear that game face. Um, don't ask me to buy food for your kids.
What?
Do
I've
people
been
do
there
that?
before. I've been there before. And I've even caught attitude because they try to flip it and make it seem like I was inconveniencing them and I was taking them away from their kids. So the least that I could do is buy little Ray Ray some food.
Wow.
And when that does present itself, best believe they're not ordering from the kids menu neither. Little Ray Ray eat like you. So please don't
Little
ask
Ray
me
Ray eating like Big Ray Ray.
for real. So
Yo.
don't do that. We live in Atlanta. I feel like a lot of things are pretty mundane. So don't have me looking crazy out here. You know, if you know that you frequent a restaurant or a club, uh, let's not run into any straight bullets like that.
Okay.
So try something new. Try to step out the box. You know, do something different.
Don't ask me to take you nowhere that you can't afford yourself.
Come on.
That's fair.
That's a don't for me. All right. Uh, y'all said quite a few of the don'ts that I fully agree with. Do I'm going to repeat something that was said. Do be respectful to the waitresses and waiters. Don't embarrass me. That's a don't. Don't embarrass me. I get embarrassed very easily when it comes to ignorance. So don't, like, if your food is wrong, it's okay to send it back. I'm okay with that. But how you send it back is how I'm going to react and look at you. You know what I'm saying? So getting loud, all the like that's too much for me. Cause now I feel like they spit in my food and your food. And I don't care about your food, but I definitely care about my food. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to be respectful to the waitresses and waiters. Know how to carry a conversation. If we were having great conversation on the phone and text, I need that same type of energy when I meet you face to face. And a lot of people can have a personality behind text that they don't have face to face. Like I feel pressure that I got to keep this conversation going because you hit me with the yes and no response.
How do you gracefully come out that situation without being too rude?
I can't say who my go-to person is, but I've definitely been the one like, hey, text me in 10 minutes.
In 5 minutes. Yeah. Don't text me. Call me. Blow my shit up.
Yeah. Text me, call me. I got an emergency. I got to go. I've definitely done that. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because we're short on time. This is the question that a lot of people seem to go either way on. What is the difference, if any, between talking and dating?
Now let's go with talking. I feel as though talking is, you're speaking to each other on the phone. Y'all basically sticking to communication on the phone via text, email, beeper, whatever the hell you got. Okay? Now, you could be talking to multiple people. Dating is we're going out, we're getting to know each other, we're spending time together. However, we still may be dating multiple people. So all of these can be, dealing with multiple people. Unless you guys have said, hey, we're just talking to each other exclusively, or we're just dating each other exclusively. I think they're both you're in the stages of getting to know people. You're getting to know them either via communication or via to the point where you guys are out and you're having fun and you're spending more time together. You're actually dating.
For the talking and dating, I think it's pretty synonymous. I would say it's just levels to it. I think in the beginning stages, people use the term talking, but as things get more serious, then I guess it will elevate to a dating phase. But the same way you can be talking to multiple people at one time, I believe in this whole multi-dating culture where people are just dating different people at one time as well. I feel like when it comes to dating, people aren't as exclusive as it used to be. So that's why that fine line between talking and dating is kind of blurred. I think dating was much more serious back then, but now that people are so accessible and we have social media and Tinder and Bumble Bee and Plenty of Fish and all type of things, it makes the dating scene a little bit different where pretty much talking, you know, pretty much the same thing.
After you did the talking, after you did the dating, right? How do you come to the conclusion that you have found the one that you want to settle down with and pursue the next level with?
The time that was put in, the effort that was put in, the mutual love that we have for each other. I felt like I was putting in just as much as he was putting in that, romantic stage where, no, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. That's just like that mutual connection with each other where y'all both are like, okay, I don't want to do this with anybody else right now. You get to that point when you have that really strong connection with somebody.
I think if the vibe is right, you've passed the pre-qualifications. Um, you know, we're spending time with each other. Everything is good. Then that's the next phase. You know what I mean? But definitely, if you haven't if you haven't met those pre-qualifications, we're not going anywhere.
And there is a list, we know.
Sounds like a long list too.
Oh, it's long. In order for me to get to that space, we have to definitely have a connection. I'm the type of person, I get annoyed very quickly. And there are a plethora of reasons why I get annoyed. But I grew up as a single, a single child? Yeah. The only child. I grew up as the only child, so I'm used to my space. So if I allow you into my space and you don't annoy me and you actually make me want you in my space constantly, then that makes me definitely think to myself like, oh, wait, I wake up, wanting this person in my space. Okay, let me really see what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And I always say the greatest act and form of love is sacrifice. And when you are willing to sacrifice, like if I get to the point where I'm willing to sacrifice my time, willing to sacrifice money or whatever it is, if I'm actually willing to constantly sacrifice for you, then that's how I know, okay, this is a person that I can actually consider moving to that next level with. And I always circle back to the greatest sacrifice was when God gave his only begotten son. And that was the greatest form of love for me. Y'all know I always got to circle back to the spiritual aspect. But
okay, Deacon, we hear you.
Yeah. So on that note, those were just a few steps of the dating process I thought we should cover and touch on. So for y'all checking us out, let us know what your steps of dating are. Let us know if you agree with us, disagree with us. We welcome all that feedback. We want to know how y'all think, how y'all feel about this dating, especially in a pandemic. Everybody's not comfortable. So how do you navigate this pandemic while still wanting to date? And also for those that want to multi-date, how do you navigate that? Are you making people quarantine themselves? Or are you saying, I'm just out here. I want to take it to the fishbowl. I want to remind y'all how the fishbowl rolls. So with the fishbowl, normally, if we're here all together, you would just pick out of the fishbowl the question, and then you would just get it that way. But since you're not here, we have 1 through 12. You will pick a number. I'll pick out the number. I'll show it, and then read it. Then you answer the question as truthfully and as honestly as you possibly can.
3.
3. There we go. Number 3. Have you or would you participate in a threesome? Why or why not?
No, because I'm 32 years old. Well, and then for me, if I was gonna do that, it would have been in my 20s or something. I'm looking for something more than that at this point in my life. And the way I'm set up, I'm gonna kill both of y'all because I don't like the way my man is moaning to the new shit.
I was about to say, what if it's your man?
So you want him to sit there and dislike it?
No, I'm not gonna sign up for that because I can't handle that.
Okay. Understood. Chad, which number?
Pick 12.
All right.
Murder.
All right. What is the most unusual thing someone has asked you to do in bed?
Oh.
Okay, now.
It gets spicy.
First episode, and y'all got me in the hot seat. The most unusual thing, I am Jamaican by nature, through and through.
Okay.
So anything pertaining to the we don't mess with.
Okay.
So that whole eating ass like groceries and reciprocating the whole thing, that don't fly with me.
But they say Jamaicans don't do the other either though.
Well, speaking for a friend, I ain't speaking for myself.
Okay.
That's old news. That's kind of prehistoric.
Okay.
Like the pistol that you got, like your color scheme, that's kind of old. So these neo Jamaicans, they do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not me. I never said me, but the new Jamaicans, they get down with it.
You say you ain't talking about yourself, but
I'm talking about myself. No, I would never. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, me. Nah. The eating ass was enough. So for me, that's probably the craziest request that I've had.
Okay. But the other is true for the newer Jamaicans.
For them, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Korinne, which number you got?
7.
7 93 11. That was before y'all time. It's okay. Y'all know nothing about that.
Okay.
Y'all know nothing about that. That was before your time. It's okay. Have you ever dated someone 10 years younger or older than you?
10 years younger, no. 10 years older, yes.
And how was that experience?
It wasn't bad. It was cool. He was established. We had fun. Was I gonna marry him? No. We were just having fun. Like, I didn't really take it seriously. I gotta have somebody with a little spunk, you know what I mean? Little thug, you know what I'm saying? A little gangster, you know what I mean? Somebody who know how to handle this mouth I got. I need somebody that's, strong, not no old ass granddaddy.
So you had a Hugh Hefner. Okay, all right. So Jazz, we're gonna let you pick my number. 1 through 12. 8. Let's see what we got. What is your favorite love song of all time? My favorite love song of all time. Y'all wouldn't even know this song but it's okay. I'm a singer, so I gotta go with Whitney Houston. But the song, and y'all make sure y'all go check it out. Look it up. Let me know what y'all think about it.
I thought you were about to sing it for your fans, though.
No, I'm definitely not gonna sing. Definitely not gonna sing.
Not even the first verse, the bridge.
It's Whitney Houston and Jermaine Jackson from the Jackson 5. Their song called "If You Say My Eyes Are Beautiful."
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So, have y'all heard of that song?
I'm into that. Okay.
I know that they used to date.
I don't want nobody telling me my eyes is beautiful neither. So yeah, I probably
Really?
put that on the field.
Really? Oh
My
no,
eyes
girl,
are-
look at my eyes, girl. Tell me, let me know.
I need a
Okay.
little message.
But yeah, if you say my eyes are beautiful, y'all check that song out. Let me know what y'all think. That is The Voice. If you didn't know, Miss Whitney Houston. Whitney Elizabeth Houston, to be exact. All right, on that note, we appreciate y'all tuning in. This is King to Queen Talk. We appreciate Miss Jazz, Mr. Chad checking in with us, keeping things afloat with us. Everybody, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate all of you that check us out every Wednesday and Friday on the IG Live. Make sure you check us out. It's at 6 o'clock. We try to be on time, but Korinne is always late. It's all good.
That's a blast. We need to take a picture too. Don't forget.
Okay. I'm closing out. So on that note, stay blessed, stay up, stay healthy, and stay getting to the next level, whatever that is for you. And we are out.
It's alright, it's okay. I'm gonna love you anyway. When the sun turns blue, when the sky turns gray, my love is gonna be here to stay. I've been looking for someone that's gonna hold a king down. I've been looking for someone that's gonna hold a king crown. I've been looking for somebody that would make me feel complete. I've been looking all my life, I wonder